You've prayed, and now your prayers will be answered. Hear what I have to say, and together we'll fight this plague. I'm a stranger to this story and to this crime. Alone I cannot solve it. But now, friends, hear what I say. Whoever knows who killed Leas must confess what they know to me, no matter what they fear for having so long withholding. Their punishment shall not be death. Their fate will be no worse than banishment. Moreover, if any of you know the murderer to be a traitor, still tell this. I'm paying handsomely for this information. But if one of you tries to keep silent, if one of you tries to shield the guilty friend, hear what I will do. I will command that this man, whoever he is, be driven from his home, as if he himself were rebellion. I further pronounce that no man in Thebes shall speak to him, drawing him in sacrifice to their gods, or even give him water to wash his hands. I will command all Thebans to drive them from their home. Apollo declared that this man should be an infection, to be expelled, and I'll be the champion of the god and the murderer. As for the killer, whether he be one man or one of several, I invoke his curse. May he only find misery and wretchedness. And if with my knowledge he lives in my house, I deem it right that I be cursed. And for the sake of Apollo, and for the city we call home, I call on you to help me carry out this duty. Even if this was not a matter of God's decree, it's not right that we leave the king's murder unsolved. We must purify ourselves. It's for you to see this faithfully carried out, as a duty bound to me, to the God, and to our suffering, plague, tormented country. I now rule in Leas' place. I have his bed, and the wife that was once his. And he lived to conceive sons and daughters that would be my children's brothers and sisters. I take up his cause as if he were my own father. I will not rest until the murderer of Leas is found and punished. As for those who ignore my decrees, I say, may the God deny them the fruit of the earth and the fruit of the womb, and may they rot utterly. As for you, loyal Thebans, you hear my word and obey my command. May justice be your ally, and all the immortal gods range in favor.
My lord, I swear I didn't do the murder, but I cannot tell you who the murderer is. Why not ask for him? Where to find him?
An honest question, but no man can make God say more than me.
There is one.
What is it? Tell me. I consider it.
He is a prisoner of Lord Apollo. His name is Teiresias. Many people have been harmed by him, and maybe he can help us.
Rhea advised exactly that. I've sent him already twice. In fact, it's strange he's not here.
The other member, but all report seems useless.
What reports? Tell me, we must examine all the reports.
The king was said to have been killed by another.
Yeah, I've heard it. But what man saw the killer, and where can he be found?
If the killer is afraid, we are close. We let him come out from hiding.
No, the man who dared kill a king will fear no curse.
Look, one man who may find the killer. He is the person I said before, Teiresias. He is here.
Teiresias, you have no eyes, but your inner vision can tell us what to be done about the plague that afflicts our city. We've sent to the record of Apollo in his answer. The only way of deliverance from this plague is to find out the killer of Leas, and either kill them or expel them from our country. Can you define anything from the ways of prophecy to purify yourself and Thebes and me from this contagion? We are in your hands. There is no greater duty than that of helping us in distress.
Wisdom is terrible when it brings no profit to the man that becomes wise. I had forgotten myself. I should not have come.
It seems you bring us an encouragement.
Let me go home. You will bear your own fate, and I'll bear mine. Trust what I say.
What you say is ungracious and unhelpful from your native country. This was not the time to refuse to speak.
When it comes to words, sir, your own will lead you to the end.
What does that mean? If you know something, tell us. Would you do nothing and let Thebes be destroyed?
What I know will only threaten you and me. Do not ask me any further. Do not waste your breath. I will tell you nothing.
Your conceit would provoke a stone to move. Have you no pity? Don't offend me. Tell us what you know.
My conceit is nothing to you. If you could only see the nature of your own feelings.
Who would not feel the way I do? Who couldn't you? Your arrogance towards the city.
What is to come will come, whether I speak of it or not.
If it is bound to come, then tell me.
I'll tell you nothing. Rage should be.
Rage! Well, why not? And I'll tell you what I think. You were part of the plot. If you had eyes, I would say you alone were the deist. But since you have neither strength nor sight, I must conclude you conspired with others.
That's what you think. I suggest you to argue your own proclamation. From this day forward, speak no words of praise to me or any citizens of Thebes, which who have defiled the city.
You dare say that? Can you possibly think you will go free after such insolence?
I have gone free because I have my proof, and that's my strength.
And who has taught you to be shameless? Surely not the gods.
You did, because you made me speak against my will.
Speak what? I cannot understand what you're talking about.
Did you not understand, or are you trying to provoke me into saying more?
I did not understand. Say it again.
I say, you are the murderer, you see.
You cannot say this twice and remain unpunished.
Shall I tempt your anger? I can say more.
Say what you like. Whatever you say is worthless.
I say, you live in hideous shame with those who most close to you, and you can't see the evil.
Do you imagine you can say such things like that and not suffer the consequences?
I can, if there is a power in truth.
There is, but nothing. You're ignorant and deaf as well as blind.
You are to be pitied. You taunt me with insults, which will be flung back at you.
You cannot hurt me, or anyone else who can see the sun.
True, it is not for me to decide your fate. It is in Apollo's hand, and he will do it.
Tell me, was this plan you're devising, or was it crayons?
Forget crayon. You are the enemy you seek.
Wealth, sovereignty, and statesmanships. What terrible envy has stored up to this? If Creon, who I thought was my friend, can secretly attack me and devise to drive me out, and conspired with this fortune teller, then let all our treasure chests be filled with greed, stores of jealousy. You are called a prophet, but blindness is your only talent. I think you have eyes for only your own reward. Now tell me this, where was your foresight when the Sphinx occupied your country? Did you speak a word to deliver its citizens? I am more prophet than you are, for isn't the solving of riddles and the undertaking of prophet. Clearly, you have no gift for the way of prophecy from the God or anyone else. Look at the evidence. I, Oedipus, a simple man who knew nothing, solved the riddles with nothing but my own wits. I had no knowledge from signs or omens from gods. Now, you're ready to drive me out so that you can have a place by Creon's throne. Oh, I think you both will be very sorry you ever plotted to drive me out. If you weren't an old man, I would taught you to suffer.
You're a king, but I have right to speak against you. I am not your slave. I'm a servant of Apollo. I have no need of prayer to speak for me. And since you have taught me with my blindness, hear what I say to you. You have your eyes, but you can't even see your own richness. You don't even know where you live, or know where the people you live with. Do you even know where your parents are? Your blindness has made you an enemy to your house and to your family. You have violated him. You have committed crimes against both of your mother and your father. You will be driven from the land of darkness, and you will not find any hope for your misery. An infant's crime will echo in this mountain when you learn the terrible secrets of your marriage. The fate which steered this house has betrayed you and established a cruel bond between you and your children. You know nothing, so curse my word and curse crayons, and you will only remember for your misery.
Am I bear this for me? Go! Out of this place! Out of my sight!
I would not have come if you had not asked.
If I know you were going to talk like a fool, I would not have sent for you.
A fool? Your parents taught me wise.
My parents! Again? Wait, who do you think my parents are?
Today, you learn about your birth, and it will destroy you.
More elemental riddles. At a time when we need clarity.
You were a great man once at solving riddles.
Mock me, get what you want. You will find it true.
It was true enough, and that very talent will bring about your ruin.
If it saved thieves, I don't care.
Girl, give me your hand.
No. Let him go by himself. Get out of here. You sick.
I have said what I came to say. I have not feared meeting you face to face, because I know the truth will protect me. And I'll tell you again, the man you were looking for, the man who murdered Laius, the man you have cursed and threatened, is here in Thebes. You think he is a stranger, but he will soon be shown the truth. Even he is a blind man who has eyes, a beggar who has great wealth, and he will soon begin a long journey, tapping his staff before him. He will discover his both father and brother to his children, and a son and a husband to his wife, came to his father's bed when is his father's blood. Now he will think that over, and if later you find error in what I have said, you may truly say, I have not seen in prophecy.
The prophetic stone of Delphi denounced a king murder, yet they are not enamoured. The unpunished bloody hand that still rule his soul wherever he goes. He's stronger than we thought. The time has come. The son of Zeus, blessed with thunder by his father, rushes after him with lightning speed. It seems the forests are starting to wake up in him, following him faithfully, though he may wander in the dense forest and right there. Or when he go to hide in the deepest trenches of the sea, eternal anger will follow him forever.
But now, we heard something wilder, from Teiresias, servant of Apollo. His word came out and confused us all now. I don't know if his word was true, but I don't like it. There's no one can prove the debate between the royal palace of Thebes. I can't even see the foothold of this debate, or the reason, or the rest of mine. There's no one ever come to confess the truth about the black death of Laius. The God are divine and must know all. And they already sent the prophet, but he just a man and subject to human witness. For those who found fault in Oedipus, I say this to you, to come with proof, with no doubt on your count. Wisdom and judgment of Oedipus already shown, addressed to the Sphinx who oppressed us and tempt him. He saved thieves, and I will not